Okay, the topic is a pair of linear equations in two variables. So now we understand what is the general form of pair of linear equations in two variables. Okay, so coming to the concept linear equation, the definition of the linear equation is the exponent of variable in an equation. The exponent of the variable in an equation is 1, then it is called linear equation. Already I said in the last class, what is the general form of the linear equations? One variable in two variables. What is a pair of linear equations in two variables? Just I'm giving the notes here. Okay, so then next, if it has only one variable in that equation which has the degree is 1, okay, exponent is 1, it has only one variable, then it is called linear equation in one variable. Its general form is ax plus b is equal to 0. Where x is a variable, a and b are to be constant values, means those are belonging to the set of real numbers, where a comma b belongs to real numbers. Here must and should the condition is a is not equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, what will happen in that general form? Just we can observe that if a is equal to 0, then the total first term is to be 0. Then what should be balance here? B is equal to 0. The meaning of the constant value is equal to 0 only. Then automatically there is no equation first. Then a is not equal to 0. Then what about b? B may or may not to be 0 in the situation. If b is equal to 0, then what is the balance one? Ax is equal to 4. In the place of a, just we write is that 4x is equal to 0, 5x is equal to 0, minus 9x is equal to 0, root 5x is equal to 0, whatever it is, no problem at all. Okay, so the condition is a is not equal to 0. A means it is to be located in the general form, the place of x coefficient, in the place of x coefficient. Okay, ax plus b is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, a, b are belongs to the real numbers. It is a general form of the linear equation in one variable. Okay, then the examples of that is to be 7x plus 8 is equal to 0, minus 3 by 7 plus 9x is equal to 0. Okay, so some extra. Then one more point here, if the equation has two variables, the equation, which equation? The linear equation has two variables, then it is called linear equation in two variables. In the total equation, linear equation, we have the two variables, then automatically we can call it as a linear equation in two variables. Its general form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. In one variable, general form is ax plus b is equal to 0. Two variables general form is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Here a, b, c all are belonging to the set of real numbers. A, B, C are belongs to the set of real numbers. So here A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0. C is may or may not to be zeros. If A is equal to 0, what will happen then? By plus C is equal to 0. How many variables in that balance equation? Only one. Then automatically it is not to be a linear equation in two variables. Clear what I said? So if A is equal to 0, then total term is to be 0. Then the balance equation is to be By plus C is equal to 0. By plus C is equal to 0 means here we have only one variable. Then automatically it is to be called as a linear equation in one variable. But we said that it is linear equation in two variables. Then automatically a is not equal to 0 and b is also not to be equal to 0. Okay, so c is may or may not to be 0. Then examples, this is a general form. The examples of that one is to be 3x plus 4y plus 9 is equal to 0, root 7x plus 9 by y 9 by 5 into y minus 11 is equal to 0. The coefficients and constant values are to be belonging to the real numbers only. Okay, now one more point, it is the main point in that pair of linear equations in two variables. A1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. A2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. That's the first linear equation which has two variables. The second linear equation which has two variables. So we know that the x coefficient is to be a1, y coefficient is to be b1, constant is c1. So the x coefficient is a2, y coefficient is b2, constant is c2 in the second equation. Okay, so these are to be two equations, and the pair of linear equations in two variables, so where a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 are belonging to the set of real numbers. All these are belonging to the set of real numbers. The condition is here a1 square plus b1 square is not equal to 0. there the condition is a is not equal to 0, b is not equal to 0, but here the condition is to be a1 square plus b1 square is not equal to 0 and a2 square plus b2 square is not equal to 0. Okay, so a1 square b1 square, a2 square b2 square, those are not equal to zeros. Next, a pair of linear equations in two variables can be represented and solved by the graphical method and algebraic method. The pair of linear equations. What are the pair of linear equations? a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Those equations are to be solving and representing by the two methods. Those are to be graphical method and algebraic method. What we can solve in that means we can find the variable values. We can find the variable values in the situation. So okay. So generally what I said. So already we know the topic here. For example, so I went to market to purchase some vegetables or some fruits. I bought some banana apples. Three apples cost is equal to 75 rupees. Three apples. Three apples cost is equal to 75 rupees. What is the cost of one apple in the situation? What is the cost of one apple in the situation? Then automatically we can do the problem like this. 75 by 3 is equal to 25 rupees. The cost of each apple is equal to 25. The meaning of a thing, this apple cost, each apple cost should be assume the variable x. Each cost apple is x. 3 apples cost is equal to 3 into x. That result is equal to 75. So x is equal to 75 by 3. 3 ones are 3 25s are means it is each apple cost is equal to 25 rupees. This is the way to solve the linear equation in one variable. So where the linear equation here, just what is it? 3x is equal to 75 means 3x minus 75 is equal to 0. Now it is to be in the form of ax plus b is equal to 0 now. A is x coefficient, b is a constant value minus 75, then ax minus b is equal to 0. It is a linear equation in one variable. In the situation we can find the value of x by using this procedure. Okay, by observing this procedure. Okay, 3x minus 75 is equal to 0. The same situation, for example, I brought some apples and some mangoes. 3 apples and 4 mangoes. Cost is to be 220 rupees. 220 rupees. Clear what I said? 3 apples cost. Each apple cost is x. So you can say that 3x plus 4 mangoes. How many mangoes? Each mango cost is y. Then 4 into y means 4 mangoes cost. The sum of the total amount is equal to 220 rupees. It's a linear equation in two variable. How can you say that it is a linear equation to ax plus by is equal to 2 constant value. Okay, ax plus by plus c is equal to, otherwise minus c is equal to 0. Okay, so then it is in the form of linear equation in two variable here, plus c or minus c means it is a constant value, whether it is a positive or negative. B is also to be a constant, it is a positive or negative, whatever it is. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, so 3x is equal to 75, 3x minus x is equal to 25. But in this procedure we are taking the one more example. I brought one apple and one mango. The cost of that amount is to be 100 rupees. Okay, thus I am taking one example. Okay, so here we can solve the problem like this. 3x is equal to 75, x is equal to 75 by 3, 3 1 ja, 3 25 ja, then automatically each apple cost is equal to 25 rupees. But sum of the apple and mango cost is 100 rupees. Then how can you say that one? What is the cost of each apple and each mango in the situation? For example, if the apple cost is equal to 30 rupees, then mango cost is equal to 70 rupees. If the apple cost is equal to 40 rupees, mango cost is equal to 60 rupees. How can you say that? Sum of these amounts is equal to 100 rupees. Then 30, 70, 40, 60, like that, 50, 50. Okay, otherwise it is 25, apple cost 25, then mango cost is 75 rupees. Then these many values are answer for this question in the linear equation in two variables. Okay, how many? Infinite number of solutions are to be there, the linear equation in two variable. But here just we have only one value for this equation. For the equation we have infinite number of values. The meaning of a linear equation in one variable has only one solution, but here the linear equation in two variables has infinite number of solutions. Infinite number of solutions. Here also we can simplify it. Here we are getting the infinite number of solutions only. Okay, Okay, then so the linear equation, a pair of linear equations in two variables means pair of linear equations in two variables. For example, x plus y is equal to 100. So one mango, one apple cost. Two apples, three mango cost is equal to 200 rupees. Now we are preparing the two equations. This is the first equation, that is the second equation. Okay, by solving these two equations, we can find the what is the cost of each apple and what is the cost of each mango. Okay, so these are to be two equations. Okay, by solving these two equations at a time, we are getting only one solution, either one solution or no solution or infinite number of solutions in the situation. Okay, so then the meaning of the thing, a pair of linear equations in two variables can be represented and solved by the graphical method and algebraic method. Okay.